I recently watched an interview with Eileen Gu, a freestyle skier who happens to be the most decorated freestyle skier in Olympic history. Maybe in just the entire history of the sport across all competitions, I'm not sure. Somebody asked her a question about whether or not she's thinking about her responses as she's giving them because she does speak so articulately, no matter what the subject matter is. And Eileen responds by saying, I think in general I'm just a very pensive person, and I journal regularly, and I do a whole lot of self-reflection. All this great stuff, but while listening to that, I was thinking, a lot of us journal quite often, and a lot of us are introspective about it. We don't have a platform like yours to talk about how introspective we are, but we are. We're secret. What was I feeling, class? Anyone? I was feeling jealousy about Eileen Gu's level of self-reflection. Isn't that funny? Because you know what I wasn't feeling jealous of? You know what I don't feel jealous of? Eileen Gu's accomplishments in skiing, which are absolutely, just objectively, the bigger thing that somebody should be jealous of, right? There's only one person in the world who's the most decorated freestyle skier. But I didn't really feel any jealousy about that. I felt jealousy about her introspection. And it made me feel like, I need to go journal some more. Why is that? Well, the reason is that I don't have any personal connection or aspiration to skiing. I currently have no plans to ever ski in my entire life, and I never have. Not knocking that. If that's your interest, it's just not mine. Athletics in general, I've never had enormous aspirations in. So I don't feel horribly jealous about seeing somebody in some position of success there. But I do consider myself quite a self-reflective, introspective person. And so hearing her articulate so well in the form of self-reflection about her own self-reflection, that got me jealous. Because jealousy is strictly local. It's that which is close to you. I'm sure there are tons of skiers out there that do feel jealous of Eileen's accomplishments because there's a direct comparison. Now, in a broad sense, maybe sure, I'm jealous of her as much as I'm jealous of anybody who's successful at something and wealthy because of it. There's that, but I'm not in that same field, so it doesn't shriek at me as much as the introspection, or, I don't know, looking at a successful actor, somebody who's starting to get their footing in the film world. What's his name? Miles Caton? I don't know how you pronounce his last name. The guy from Sinners. That was his very first film role ever by a major studio. So I feel a little bit of jealousy there, because I'm an actor. And actually, me and Miles, we actually have the same birthday, weirdly. Weird coincidence. I'm adding him to my master document that I have of all people of some level of note that share my same birthday of March 3rd. We only feel jealous about something. Or at least this is true for me. That we ourselves are participating in. And the really positive view of this that I read in The Solution to Social Anxiety by Dr. Aziz Gazipura, I think is his last name. Anything that you envy in somebody else, or even just something that you admire in somebody else that you perceive as lacking in yourself, is actually a dormant skill. It is a potential for you to be that way. In the same way that we say that all judgments are actually just projections of things that we don't like about ourselves, it can have a really positive implication. That thing that you envy about that person is your potential. So start seeing more of yourself every single where that you look.